Megan Stout, founder and CEO of Vinco Bar Exam Coaching, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 16, bar prep, but make it festive. First, let's get out of the way today's t-shirt, Lilo and Stitch, another Kohl's find. Most of my Christmas clothes are from Kohl's. They have a lot of like pretty affordable Christmas stuff. And since, I need to wear a lot of them, that was a big factor for me. So new shirt for day 16. Now, today's topic is going to be a morning routine that you can follow on the morning of the bar exam. So I'm going to tell you what I would do, why I would do each of these things, and you can think about implementing them into your morning routine. So let's get started. What's important about each of the tips I'm going to share with you and each of the things that I would do is that you don't try to implement any of these things for the first time on the morning of the bar exam. This video is being released on December 16th. That is months before the February bar exam. And so if you want this to be your morning routine on the day of the bar exam, I would recommend you start to implement some of these things into your day-to-day life now so that it feels really comfortable for you to be doing them on the morning of the bar exam. My first suggestion is to wake up 2 to 3 hours either before you need to leave your house or before the exam starts. And so I say that because some of you will be taking the test at home, online, virtually this year, and some of you will still have to physically go to a testing location. I do this for a few reasons. And I think this advice actually works well for people who are morning people and people who are not morning people. I'm a morning person. And I like to have that quiet time in the morning before the test to make sure I can do my whole routine, get everything done. But this is also good for people who are not morning people because it gives you some time to like wake up and, be awake and alive and focused by the time the exam starts. So for me, my morning would start if I had to sit down and be ready to take the test at 8, I would be getting up around 5. Next, I would do some stretching to, continue that wake up process, move around. We do a lot of sitting during the bar exam and, in all the studying leading up to it. So I'd probably do some stretching to release like tension in my neck and upper back, because that's where like I'll be like this over the computer or writing essays for the rest of the day. And I want to start off by feeling like my shoulders and back are loose and not super tight. And that will also help with stress and anxiety. If I'm holding it in my body, it'll help to release it. So I'll do a little bit of stretching. Again, like I'm not the kind of person who would do a full-blown workout. I would probably hurt myself. That's not really my style, but this is just about like getting, my body and mindset in the right place to be able to sit and take this test. The next thing I would do is have breakfast and have coffee. Now, I am a caffeine drinker. I drink exactly 1 cup of coffee every day. And I like to have it at least an hour before I leave the house, because for those of us who drink caffeine, we know that it needs some time with our digestive tract. So be careful of that on test day, particularly if you're testing at home. We don't know what the bathroom break situation is going to look like, so you don't really want a ton of surprises. The morning of the bar exam is not the time to be adventurous with your meal, like have something plain and boring that will, sit well, something that you eat all the time. I do try to encourage people to like have something. I know sometimes nerves can get in the way, so even if it's just, a piece or two of toast, if that's all you can tolerate, but do try to get something in your stomach and have something, to soak up the coffee and just make sure that your stomach isn't grumbling and distracting you during the test. So again, about an hour to 90 minutes out from when I would either need to leave my house or I would be starting the test, that's when I would go ahead and have my breakfast and coffee at that point. Now, I'm a shower in the morning person. I know people have different schedules and things like that. So that's something that I would do. I really like don't feel focused unless I shower. I have this thing on Fridays where I don't usually shower till the afternoon. I like to sleep in a little bit. And like every Friday, I'm like, I really should just get up and shower because I'm never as productive when I don't shower in the morning. So because showering in the morning is part of my regular routine, that is also something that I would make sure that I do on the morning of the bar exam as part of my morning routine. Next, I would double check my list of what I need. So whether that is what I need to pack up and bring with me, laptop, charger, pens, pencils, earplugs, snacks, water, medication, tampons, like whatever the case may be, I would check that list. Now, if you're testing from home, I still suggest that you have a list and that you get yourself organized, right? And that you double check the rules, what you're allowed to have with you, what you're not allowed to have with you, what time you have to log in, all of that. Just make sure that you don't have any surprises. So I'd spend a few minutes going through, making sure I have everything, and getting myself organized. The second to last thing I would do is warm up my brain a little bit. So on MBE day, what this looks like is doing about 5 multiple choice questions that you've already done before that you're not going to check the answers for. This is really important because you're not doing these MBE questions to learn anything. It's test day. You know what you know. You're not going to learn anything else in the 5 minutes before the test starts. This is more about like warming up the car on a cold winter morning, right? Like that's what your brain is like in the morning. And you don't want the first thinking, like real critical bar exam thinking that your brain does on test day. You don't want that to happen on real bar exam questions. So I like to suggest a warm up. By doing 5 MBE questions, not looking at the answers, just doing them and tossing them away. On essay day, you could look through some old essays that you've done, just look at a quick refresh on like IRAC, do like a quick issue spot on an essay that you know really well. And again, it's not about learning anything. It's not about reviewing feedback. It's none of that. It's literally just getting your brain in the space where it's like, all right, it's test day. I'm ready to answer questions. Let's do this. And the very last thing I would do right before the test. So if I were testing at home, I would literally do this sitting in my seat right before the test was going to start. Or I might do it right before I leave the house if I were going to test in person. And that's to meditate, or just to take a quiet moment to get centered, right? If you're not practiced at meditation, I wouldn't suggest trying like a big 20-minute meditation on test day. Meditation is something that you can incorporate into your day-to-day now. And for me, I would probably do like a 10 to 15-minute like guided meditation or visualization to really get focused and have like positive affirmations, positive mindset going into the bar exam. And if this isn't your thing or you don't have that long, you could just take 1 minute, 60 seconds, sit down, take a nice big deep breath and say, I'm prepared. I'm going to do my best today. That's all I can ask of myself. Just take a minute to quiet your mind, because your morning might, even if you take my recommendations and you have your 2 to 3 hours, the nerves are there. You might be feeling a little bit rushed. Your brain's, do I know this? Do I know that? Did I remember this? Did I remember that? You can feel kind of scattered on test day. And I think you don't want to start the test in that brain space, right? You want to start the test feeling centered and like you're ready to get started. So just take 1-2 minutes at the minimum, just take that deep breath and reassure yourself that you're ready, you're prepared, you can do this, and that you're starting from a calm place and not a frantic place. Well, if you had been wondering what you were going to do on the morning of the bar exam, I hope this gave you some ideas. And again, I wouldn't start doing something brand new on test day. So if you love some of these ideas and want to do them on test day, I highly, highly recommend that you start incorporating them now into your day-to-day, even if it's not in your morning routine. Like if you want to start a meditation practice, do that now. If you want to start waking up earlier, start, incrementally 15-30 minutes a day, waking up a little bit earlier so that it's not shock to your system on test day. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to learn more about Vinco, you can find us at vincoprep.com. Or if you're interested in working with us for bar exam coaching, you can email Sheena at info@vincoprep.com and she will hook you up with a free bar exam consult with me. So I do hope that you took some notes, got some good advice from this video, and that you will come back and join us tomorrow for our next video.